What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Joseph Hebert, President, Chief Executive Officer, and Director at Outcrop Silver and Gold. It's a pleasure to have you back on today, Joseph. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you? It's good to see you, Aaron, and good to be here with your followers.
Yeah, it's great to be chatting again. So can you start by giving us a quick update on Outcrop Silver and Gold since we last spoke? I know it's only been a couple months.
Yeah, we've just been drilling away, and we're just moving the discovery. We have a high-grade discovery there, no doubt. We're moving towards the resource. We're up to 307 drill holes, over 51,000 meters. I mean, that's substantial. So, you start to get in that number, and you're de-risking your project. We've also discovered that the mineralization is going to go quite deep. We have it now down to 370 meters, and whereas the average depth of our chutes are 170. So there's a real good chance of increasing the mineralization just by depth. And then we are getting some initial metallurgy work. That takes a while to go through that whole process, but the metallurgy looks fantastic. So, I mean, your investors should know that, there's kind of a building stage of a project to a mine, and bad metallurgy can put a nail in the coffin, and our metallurgy looks fantastic. 94 to 96% recoveries on gold and silver.
Yeah, no, those are some fantastic updates. So let's talk about some more developments at the company. So Outcrop Silver's historic Frias mine at Santa Ana provided an underground sample of 10,216 grams per ton silver prior to drill testing. Can you tell us more about this and what it means?
Yeah, Frias is important for several reasons. It's a more modern mine. It was drilled around the turn of the century, in contrast to the Spanish colonial days. So it does represent or provide sort of a more modern window of what a mine on a modern mine might look like on Santa Ana. And so it lets us build our model by observing what we can see. We've accessed several levels. So it lets us build our models by knowing what mineralization looks like underground. We also know that it itself goes to 310 meters, again, suggesting very deep mineralization for the system. It produced 7.8 million ounces by itself, and it looks like it's going to be, another case of tremendous grades. So those are channel samples. Those are rigorous sample methods across the vein in Frias. And so if you look at Frias and combine it with the Royal Mines 18 kilometers to the north, that entire length of 18 kilometers is going to provide high-grade mineralization, which is fantastic.
Big opportunity there. So can you give us some updates on the drill program and what you expect in 2023? I know you said you've been doing a lot of drilling recently.
Yeah, we actually started our third rig again Monday, today, and that should give us about 1,800 meters per month. So we're going to have a constant news flow. We also, as I mentioned, we don't know the depths of this system. It could be that we barely scratched the surface. So we will be making a deliberate effort with the drilling to get it down as deep as it goes. And then again, the Frias mine, and I think there's 11 other targets that all have, kilogram plus up to 9.7 kilograms in targets besides Frias. So we'll see a lot of drilling of really high quality targets, and we should see a lot of good results.
Yeah, the drilling is always the most exciting time, and that's what you guys are in the middle of. So what are some of the major catalyst investors and prospective shareholders should be looking out for as we move into 2023?
Well, successful drilling, and lots of it with 3 rigs. Getting to know the depth of mineralization. These systems like Santa Ana are known to be very large and can go kilometers, frankly. We will put out a maiden resource as soon as we can get the final metallurgy course finished, and they continue to see new target results that will they'll be able to relate to that as an expansion of resource. And then also that we'll have updated metallurgy tests that will let us confirm these tremendous results that we're seeing today with our independent QP who will do the resource.
Lots of things to come. Should be an exciting year for you guys. So can you give us your thoughts on, the new Petro government and if it will affect Santa Ana? Of course, it's always good to get your opinion on the political situation. So yeah.
Yeah, well, honestly, everyone held their breath. But as soon as he got into office, one of the bigger fears was that he was campaigned on a 10% excise tax on gold, and he eliminated that within 2 weeks of coming into office. Also, he's in several forums. He has said that he wants Colombia to participate in the energy transition economies, going from carbon to renewables. And also, he recognizes that that mining and exploration brings opportunities to communities that otherwise wouldn't have it. So he wants to sort of marry that metals for the new economy, which silver, of course, is, and we have a lot of it, and then also our history with our community and stakeholders, particularly the town of Milan and the municipality of Milan. We've demonstrated, I think, to the government, or can demonstrate to the government, that we're aligned with what the government wants. We don't really expect too much of a problem or too much. We expect the status quo going forward.
That's great. It sounds overall positive. So definitely good. So for a new gold and silver investor considering entering the space, what sets Outcrop Silver apart from, the large number of other mining companies and precious metal companies within this industry?
Well, I think investors should have a simple checklist to where, analysts and newsletter writers or other people can answer those questions. That should be to look at management. That should be to look at the quality of a project, and then also the potential payoff in the context of risk. So between me and my vice VP of exploration, we've got over 50 years experience in economic geology. Also, my bias is that you want the technical guys running the company and being supported by the accountants and whatnot. It makes a lot better efficient vehicle for exploration and also decision making. And then I think there's very few investment opportunities where you have a company approaching a catalyst that may cause a re-rating of its share price. And Outcrop represents that by moving Santa Ana from a discovery to a resource with good metallurgy. It's a relatively small population of companies that are in the position we're in.
Yeah, it's in a truly unique spot at your business. So gold and silver have been outperforming the overall indexes recently, and we've seen some life within the sector finally, because that's not the case in our last interview. So it's nice to see things hopefully changing. What are some of the reasons you're bullish on precious metals as we go into the new year, or kind of what's your outlook going forward?
Yeah, well, I just said I was technical, so I need to always put in a qualifier on economics, macroeconomics. But silver, we're going through to a transition economy or transition energy economy. There's no doubt. Silver is the best transmitter of electricity as a metal that there is. They expect it to go into deficit production rapidly as the economy develops, and silver is used more in industrial methods. I think it's been quiet, but the central banks have been doing some unprecedented buying. I think that shows a sort of fear of appreciation of possible instability and especially inflationary effects on the dollar. So I think you'll see people more turning to gold and silver and gold and silver stocks as a hedge. Also, I've always maybe because it's actually predictable, is I've always looked at the ratio of silver to gold, and it is even I think in the last 12 months it's gone from 101 to about 75 to 1. So because of that ratio changing favorably, what it means is silver is going to go up faster with respect to gold. So as gold rises above 2,000, you'll see silver rising above $30. Um, oh, and also the last time, it's more of a general interpretation, but the last 4 times the silver ratio has corrected from 100 to 1 to 70 to 1. That silver has appreciated between 30 and 300%.
Hopefully lots of positive things to come and price appreciation, but I guess time will tell, and hopefully by the time we have you back on, we can be chatting about that. So finally, where should our viewers go for more information on the company?
Well, of course, our webpage and sort of the sequence of the news releases that shows steady progress for the last 2.5 years. But also I'd point out our subsidiary, Colombian subsidiary, Minerales Santa Ana. You can go on Facebook, and it's almost like a visit to the project because it's very concentrated on the social benefit type work we're doing. It also shows how the technical methods of how we're doing work on the project, and it's very well done and very well written, and it satisfies a lot of people with respect to a good feeling of the project. Otherwise, we do have analyst coverage through Resource Capital, and then I find it really good and informative, even for me, to work with via the interviews. We are working with Wall Street Silver, the Economic Ninja, Gold Ventures, and Gold Silver Forum, Clark. So it's a good. It's the web page can get a little tedious, honestly, but if you go to some of the influencer interviews, you get a lot better perspective, including yours, on what the nature of the company and the quality of the project.
Great. Well, that sounds perfect, Joseph. I appreciate the updates, and best of luck. I know it's going to be an exciting time because drilling is always exciting, and that's what the business is all about. So best of luck. Look forward to having you back on in the new year.
Okay, I'll look forward to it. I really will.
If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.